Are you a small or mid-sized business? Maybe you're a plumber or an HVAC company, an appliance store or a roofer, cabinet maker, carpet cleaner, electrician, dentist, or one of many other industries that serve homeowners. Do you operate in a local market or have multiple locations in different cities? Is it challenging to generate the amount of leads you need, especially to grow your business at the rate that you'd like to? Make growing your business quicker, easier, and more predictable with this proven system. Turbocharge your lead generation and dominate your local market. Let's go. Step number 1, separate yourself from the competition. Get out into that blue water. This is crucial and so important for your growth. Does this look familiar? Maybe your website says exactly these types of trite platitudes instead of speaking directly to your customers. Let's take a look at some plumbing websites. I chose plumbing randomly, and we're going to look at different plumbers from Seattle, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Atlanta, Austin, Texas, New York City, Chicago, and you're going to notice something really similar. That is that on their home pages, and the first thing they say to their customers is all the same. For all these plumbers, they're totally unrelated all across the country. So here we have Beacon. They are Seattle's local plumber. Pretty much that, same day service. That's all they're saying. Okay, if I'm a customer, how can I differentiate them from anyone else? What about Magic Plumbing in the Bay Area, in San Francisco Bay Area, where we are? Okay, so they have great service and it's done right. It's unbeatable customer service. I think they said that already. For 40 years, no one cares. So here we are, Seattle's local plumber, same day service. Great service, great service. How about these guys? Twin Plumbing in Los Angeles, Arizona, and Utah. One call does it all. Does what all? What does it even mean? Okay, they do these things. Well, I know that they do certain things. All right. One company, we know that you have 5-star reviews. Okay. This is the type of thing here that's getting at it a little bit, right? Always on time. But why isn't that here? One call does it all, doesn't do anything. These companies don't have huge media budgets to run TV campaigns that's gonna make everyone sing a jingle saying one call does it all. Put your customer's pain point and now you'll solve it at the top in your headline. All right, what about these guys in New York City? Again, these are all the top 2 or 3 plumbers in Google results. They just have a phone number. 24/7 service, less than 30 minutes to arrive. Okay, they're affordable, and it's in our area. Well, that's helpful. How about Chicago? That's nice with the video. Well, they're the most trusted plumbing experts. 24/7, reliable, affordable. Sounds familiar. Seen that everywhere else. What about these guys? Radiant, they're in Austin, Texas. Well, they're the best, according to them. They have some services. Shocking that they're plumbing. They're trying to be a little bit funny. That's cool. But that doesn't have anything to do with the customer and the pain they have. High quality work. Okay, they're service professionals. Well, I would hope so. Oh wait, more 5-star numbers. These are all fine things to have on your website. But the first thing is this, the headline. And just saying you're the best, guess what? Everyone else is saying the same thing. What makes you different? Here we have a Mr. Plumber in Atlanta. Well, guess what? They're the most trusted. I feel like they've heard that before. They're 24-hour plumbing and drain. Okay, how can we help you? All right, well, that's at least saying you, talking about the customer instead of themselves, okay? But again, same thing. List of services, not helpful. You can see all these ones, right? Atlanta, Austin, Chicago, New York City, Los Angeles, California, or Arizona, Utah, San Francisco Bay Area, Seattle. They're all identical. And these are randomly picked from the top 3 results on Google. It's incredibly important that you get your message out directly and talk to the customer. Not about how great you are or how long you've been in business, but what you can do for them and why they should choose you. How are you going to solve the pain that they have? People are not calling a plumber because, or they're not redesigning their kitchen, or they're not going to the dentist, or any of these different industries for no reason. It's not for fun. They have some point of pain, some issue. Tell them how you will solve it in a unique way, and you will dominate. Start with your headline. Don't be the same as everyone else. Focus on your customer's pain. Explain how you best solve that customer's pain. And make sure this is about your customer, not you. Add the word your or you in your website copy as much as possible. No one cares how long you've been in business. I know it sounds rough, but it's true. They don't care how long you've been in business, or if you're family owned, or if you're top rated on BBB. Make this about the customer. How best do you serve them? If you do that, you'll gain far more customers than your competition, who clearly are all doing the same thing. Step 2, build an audience of prospects. As we say, build an audience, build a fortune. Trade knowledge or special offers for emails. When things slow down, email this list to keep your leads flowing. And when you have something new to sell, promote this to this list first and see instant results. Customers are happy to trade their emails if you have specific knowledge or expertise all bundled up in a guide or a checklist or a video or a webinar that they can learn from and actually get information that solves their pain. Again, customers need information. They're on your site to learn. And if you can provide that in a simple, downloadable, bite-size or even longer format document or piece of media, they will gladly give you their email and allow you to email them in the future. Now, these are prospects, not previous customers. And building a list of this type, a prospect list, allows you to get leads on demand when you need them by simply sending an email for pennies on the dollar. This is an appliance company on the East Coast, and they do such an excellent job of building a prospect list and building trust and authority with their potential customers. And they do it through content. And you can see here that we're on their blog. This is their learning center. You can see Start Your Appliance and Lighting Search with their buying guides, checklist videos, and product finders. And look at all these guides. They are legitimately putting in effort to generate guides that are 38 pages, 48, 30 pages, right? 27 pages. These are deep dive guides that are full of super relevant information for customers that are buying appliances. So again, these are prospects. These are designed for people that are looking for information about appliance guides. And what happens if you click on this is that you go to this page and then you trade an email, right, and zip code so they know if you're local or not, for this guide, 61 pages of details. And this is why you should do it. It's a very simple opt-in page, very common, but incredibly successful and powerful. And so this is the way that you build a prospect list. You build an audience, and as we say, you build an audience, build a fortune. Do you think it's working for them? Well, Yale Appliance grew from 30 million to 120 million using only this type of content. And this article is from March 2019. This does not include the last few years. Pretty incredible. And this is a fantastic strategy to use for your business to grow that prospect list. Do not sleep on this technique. It works. Get tons of free traffic. Starting with writing better blog posts. Spend a little extra time or money with the contractor or freelancer or agency you're using to write good blog posts. Do some decent keyword research and then write something that really helps your customer. Again, solve that customer's pain. Don't just throw some words on a page. Make sure that this blog post actually is helpful. Imagine if you're researching something and you come across this post, would it be beneficial to you? Also, make sure they are at least 1,500 words in length. If you want to compete for any keywords that have any level of competition, Google needs to see a post of at least 1,500 words in length for it to compete for position 1 on page 1. Now, this is going to take a little bit more effort, but you're going to see 10 times the results. And why can I confidently say 10 times? Because 500 word, 600 word blog posts that are poorly written and researched do 0. So I can guarantee you that you'll see 10x the results. And SEO doesn't have to be hard. If someone's telling you that it's complicated and difficult, they don't know what they're doing, or they do not have your best interest at heart. Write good content. 1,500 words help your customer, and SEO becomes very easy. So let's look at an example of a good blog post and how it affects SEO performance and drives tons of free traffic. So this is a client of ours that we started doing blog posts about 6 months ago. You can see it's one of the first ones, October 5th, 2020. So 4 myths about air duct cleaning. So we're targeting the key phrase air duct cleaning. And as you can see, this is a very well-researched, well-structured, well-written blog post. It wasn't incredibly expensive to do, right? It was simply done right. It's about 1,500 words total. And you can see, if you come to get information about air duct cleaning, this is talking about the 4 myths about air duct cleaning you need to know. And most importantly, this is derived by getting expert information from our client. So we wrote this blog post, and now it's ranking position 7 for the term air duct cleaning. It fluctuates. We are driving it up to go higher and higher. You can see it's right here, 4 myths about air duct cleaning. Now this is driving a lot of traffic. Here, as you can see, the traffic that's driving. We started working with this client right around the beginning of COVID, so about June 2020, and they had been doing SEO before with low quality links, low quality blog posts. You can see they rank for some keywords here, right? But if you look up above where organic traffic is, up here, right? Flat, did not do anything. So the SEO that was being done before was not driving any traffic. We started doing the blog post. You can see right there, that post posted in October. Keywords started to jump, which is great, but more importantly, traffic really jumped through the roof. And now the traffic value on a monthly basis of that organic traffic, that free traffic, if you did that with paid search with Google Ads, you'd be spending $48,000 a month to drive that amount of traffic. It's been phenomenal. The client's booked out. They stopped doing outbound calls because they're too busy, and they're currently in a full-on hiring spree to meet the demand. So write good blog posts. It doesn't have to be rocket science to do SEO correctly. Write good content, set it up structurally well, use a Yoast plugin for if you have WordPress, it's simple, and watch your traffic skyrocket. Generate endless leads. Don't live or die by Google Ads, formerly known as Google AdWords. Google Ads are amazing, and they're incredible, and you can optimize them to make return on investment at 6, 7, 8, 9 to 1 even. At a minimum, it should be a 3 to 1 return from Google Ads. But they are bottom of the funnel. They are a bottom of funnel tactic. Use Facebook to brand and get leads. Learn how to generate intent. That means take people from not thinking about your product or service to knowing that they need your product or service, and then understand that they need to book with you now to get your product or service. Generate that intent and nurture audiences at different parts of the journey. You can do this all on Facebook, in addition to folding those strategies in together with your Google Ad strategy, and you'll be generating an endless amount of leads from here on out. So how do you generate endless leads? How do you generate intent? Well, let's start by looking at a typical digital marketing funnel. And most people start down here, demand generation, which sits right above conversion, meaning I have a problem, I go on Google, I search for how to solve that problem, I want my pain to go away, and I click on an ad that somebody's put in front of me because I have that intent right now. Unfortunately, only about 3% of people are in that kind of buy now mode. So at any given time, you're only going to be talking to 3% of your customers if you live at the bottom of the funnel, which is where most of you are living right now with PPC, SEO, and direct traffic, referral traffic. That's it. It's a huge mistake. So what you need to do instead is start talking to people that are in research mode. They're not buying today, but they might be buying tomorrow. Also, you need to talk to fence sitters who are aware that they have a problem. They're not going to buy today or tomorrow, but they might be buying in 3 to 6 months. And you can even talk to people who are blissfully ignorant. They don't even know they have a problem yet, but at least they're in your target market and can relate to the pain points that they know other people have, their neighbors, their family members, etc. So they can also be made aware. And then once you start working through the system of generating intent by sharing knowledge and by educating your local market, the limits of this typical funnel, right, which at best is 20%, go away because you're starting to trade high value content, information, videos, and things of this nature. So now all 100% of your local market, that is your ideal customer, is able to then go into the funnel and you can convert. Now the key part of this is Facebook, and you need to have a funnel like this in action with a top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel campaigns running, each targeting different parts of the user journey so that you can educate people and move them through. So when it comes time at the bottom of the funnel, when they're in that 3%, possibly 17% mode, right? When they're in buy mode or research mode, you are able to convert them instantly because you've been building trust with them through Facebook. And this looks complicated, but it's relatively simple. But it does take some work to do. If you do it though, you will be building intent in your audience. You will be telling people that, well, while they can think about doing something, now is a great time to act. And that then brings your lead generation to an entirely different level, where you're not just depending on somebody to have a problem or have a need in the moment to try to find you, and then you're competing in the bloody waters of Google Ads against all your competitors. But now you're actually educating beforehand, telling them when they have this issue, you are the only one that can solve it for them correctly. And that generates intent, and you have leads on demand now for life. Crank up the recurring revenue. You have a list of emails already. It might even be thousands of emails. These are your past customers. They've allowed you to email them. But don't just email them offers or promotions nonstop. Only 25% of the emails you send should have a promotion or offer. The other 75% should be educational. They should be there to build trust. And if you build trust through teaching your customers, you'll earn their loyalty. And let's say you're a plumber and someone's standing in 3 inches of water, they're going to search for either the closest plumber near them, or if they've been receiving your emails for months and you've been teaching them about how best to live in a home with their plumbing, they're not going to search for anyone. They're going to go directly to you. So teach, educate, earn trust and loyalty, and get leads forever. Once you've got that going, segment your email and watch the response double. If you have low open rates or low click-through rates, only send to customers that have been engaging with your emails recently. This is very easy to do in all email software. Segment your list. A 15,000 or 20,000 person list means nothing if no one is opening your emails. So I'd rather see a 1,000 person list with everyone engaged in opening your emails than something that's 20 times the size that is worthless. Once you do this, you're able to generate free revenue on tap because, again, sending emails costs pennies on the dollar. So when you need to show those and send those promotional emails, as I mentioned, about 25% of the time, you're going to generate leads and you're going to send those free you're going to generate that free revenue and send those promotional emails to your segmented list of people that are engaging with your email content. Every month, you can guarantee and plan for a lead generation bump when you send your promotional email. Guaranteed. So how do you crank up recurring revenue and generate leads on demand from your current customers? Well, you educate them first and foremost, and then you segment your lists. So this is MailChimp. Very simple. Again, things don't have to be complicated. This is a list of recent campaigns for a client. And I want you to take a look at something starting at the top. 35.9% open rate, then the next one's 19%, 23%, and then the next one's almost 41%, then 23, 22. Well, what are the main differences? Well, the big difference is these that are on the lower side of the open rate are sending to the entire list, right? They're going to the entire 15,000 people on this client's list. The ones that are at 40% are segmented. These are people that have engaged with their emails, and these are the offer emails. You can see this, the offer and the offer. When it's time to offer a promotion or a special offer to get the phone to ring, generate leads, generate revenue, we want to only send the email to people who have engaged with our other educational based emails recently. And when you do that, you can, as you can see, pretty much double the open rate and generate instant calls to your business. And again, for really pennies on the dollar. The offers are going to a much smaller list, but those are people that we know open and want to hear from us. Open our emails and want to hear from us. This is incredibly powerful. Some simple segmentation and educating before selling. Jab, 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 punch, right? That's the key. So if you do that, you're going to be generating recurring revenue like you've never done before. If you're interested in learning more about these lead generation systems, visit ideasmoneyart.com.